You ever walk into a room and think something just feels off? The sofa feels too small, the art looks awkward, or the colors just don't work together? Well, what if I told you a few simple math formulas could solve almost any decorating problem? It's true, and thankfully it's totally simple. Today I'll walk you through 3 of those design formulas and share examples so you can actually use them in your own home. After years in the classroom and now as a mom of teenagers, I've become really interested in how our brains process the spaces around us. Well, it turns out our brains love patterns and proportions. And once you understand a few of these simple formulas, decorating gets a whole lot easier, I promise. So let's get into it. One design formula that can make a huge difference in any space is the rule of 3. An odd number tends to feel more natural and visually interesting to our brains. Once you start looking for it, you'll probably notice examples everywhere. Landscapers often group plants in 3s. Storytelling uses it all the time. Think of the 3 little pigs or Goldilocks and the 3 bears. And the list goes on. Basically, our brains just seem to like that rhythm. So use this to your advantage when decorating. For example, I often place 3 items on a coffee table, or maybe stack 3 books on a shelf, or layer 3 pillows on a bed. So this isn't a strict rule. You don't have to panic if you only have 2 candles somewhere. It's not something that you have to have everything in 3s. But if something feels off, try grouping things in 3s and see what happens. The next formula is one I use almost every single day. Yes, this one really does involve a little bit of math, but it's easier than freshman algebra, I think. I hope, yeah. Basically, the 2/3 rule says that things tend to look balanced when one object is about 2/3 the size of another. Our brains really like these kind of proportions. So what does this look like in real life? Well, a coffee table feels right when it's about 2/3 the length of the sofa. So for example, if your couch is about 90 inches long, a coffee table about 60 inches long will usually feel proportionate. The same idea works with furniture and walls. Like if you have a 6-foot long wall of entryway, a console table around 4 feet wide will usually feel balanced. These can just be approximate numbers. And it's not going to work in every space. Some spaces are just inherently kind of quirky, and so you might have to use something else. But the 2/3 rule is one of the design guidelines I do use the most. So you can see it just makes it easier to make sizing decisions. The last formula is the 60-30-10 color rule, and it might be one of the best secret weapons. Now you might be thinking, whoa, Allisa, that is a lot of numbers. But I promise, it's much simpler than it sounds. I like to think of it like a recipe, like 2 cups of this, 1 cup of that, and half a cup of this. The idea is that a room's colors, or even the materials, are divided roughly into 3 groups, 3 proportions. 60% is the main color, 30% is a secondary color element, and 10% is an accent color. Altogether, this helps keep a space feel balanced, so one color doesn't completely take over. And funny, I learned this lesson the hard way back in my 20s, in the early 2000s. I really loved bright yellow. And wow, did I really love bright yellow. I think the sun-in in my hair even matched. Remember the spray sun-in? Anyhow, I had yellow sheets, yellow bedding, yellow pillows, yellow artwork, yellow paint, bright yellow paint. It was like sunshine exploded in my bedroom. Now, if that was the goal, then great. But realistically, it was a bit much. I wish I had a photo to share, but it was pretty overwhelming. So this rule helps prevent that kind of visual overload. In many of my current spaces, even before I learned this rule, the breakdown tends to look something like this. I have 60% neutral white, 30% neutral wood tones, and 10% black accents, plus a whole bunch of houseplants for good measure. It's like the salt and pepper. I'm not out here measuring each element in a room, but if a room feels off and you can't quite figure out why, sometimes stepping back, I sometimes even take a picture, and I step back and I look at the proportions, and it can be really helpful to see if something's out of whack. A fun way to test this out is that when you're somewhere that feels really good, like it just feels good to you, maybe like a favorite coffee shop or restaurant, see if you can look around and spot the color balance. I know one of my favorite coffee shops here in Portland follows this, intentionally or not, this color rule pretty closely, and I walk in and instantly feel calmer. So that's how I use the 60-30-10 rule. Okay, I think that amount of math feels pretty doable, right? I mean, with just a few simple formulas, we can solve a lot of these decorating challenges. I love finding ways to make design feel simpler and more approachable so we can all create spaces that actually feel good to live in. If this was helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you took a quick second, give me a little like and subscribe. You know how this works. And tell me in the comments, I'd love to hear, which formula are you most likely to try? Or maybe have you tried one of these? Have you heard of these? And if there's any questions or design topics you'd like me to cover, drop those below as well. It really helps me grow this little channel and understand which tips are most helpful to you, which is what I'm here for. Thanks for watching.